What's up? Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a question that I've been wanting to do a video on for a long time. Does scent matter in bass fishing? Does it make a difference? Do you catch more fish? I'll give you my thoughts and opinions right now. Thanks everyone for watching. As you know, we do a lot of videos on tackle, unboxings and reviews and things like that. But once in a while I'll do a video like this, just kind of an opinion, just kind of, and to get opinions. I always want to hear feedback on what you think. And the question of the day is, does scent matter in bass fishing? Now, honestly, a lot of times I don't put any sort of scent on any baits and I've caught fish. Would I have caught more if I added some scent or used scented plastics? Maybe. I mean, I don't really know. But there are a lot of instances where scent does make a difference. I look at things like the Berkley Max scent. This stuff is a great scent. And even the original power bait, it has that formula. Berkley is known for their science. They don't just, put some random scent on there. They have teams of chemists and scientists that study things like how fish are attracted to things and how long they hold bait. So there is some science behind there. But there's also really good bait designs as well. I mean, the flatworm, if it didn't have any scent, would still catch fish on a drop shot. Same with just a regular ribbon tail worm. I mean, it's just a classic shape. I mean, both of these catch fish because of the shape and the action. But having that extra scent, I think, helps, honestly. I mean, it doesn't hurt. That's kind of the caveat with everything. I mean, it will never hurt to add scent, but does it make a difference? Again, let me know down below. We also got stuff like all the stuff from Japan with, the Kitex with their squid type scent, and you got the Zappu stuff with the SAF formula and the G-Crack, and there's just all these different scents. A lot of it's shrimp scent or crustacean scent. Or, we got stuff like the Nori's bite powder that I've been using since this came out. I add this to all my Senkos. I put it in the bag, with different scents, and it just does give me more confidence. Again, I'm not fishing the same bait to the same fish over and over. I mean, to get a scientific study if it's catching more fish, but in my mind it does. So that's a big plus with all these scents, is that confidence in a bottle. It's not gonna prevent you from catching fish, but it may get you another extra bite or two. Another great example is bait fuel. I mean, we've heard a lot about bait fuel if you follow social media ever since they came along. Now they have net bait with bait fuel inside of it. It's infused in there. They call it supercharged. But this is a new fused gel from bait fuel that I've just been using lately. And really the reason why is it's just a lot easier to apply to baits. It's almost like a like a sunscreen tube, and then you could just spread it on there, and it's sticky as can be. I mean, this is like crazy sticky. It's like hair gel or something like that, so it stays on your bait longer. They also have the bait fuel stick, which I haven't used, but this is designed to kind of, like chapstick. Slide it on there, just like chapstick. I mean, that's exactly what it's like. I have used some similar scents in the past that have that kind of same consistency, but bait fuel, I mean, they tested it with a lot of science behind it, like Berkley and everything else, but now it's just easier with the fused gel and the stick. So I don't know if I could settle this debate. I would love to hear your feedback. I've definitely seen instances where smallmouth especially just are really turned on by scent. There's obviously bad scents as well. You get certain gasoline, sunscreen, things like that, you're gonna repel fish. So this stuff kind of helps cover that up or mask it. That's another benefit to it. There's also the other factor of, adding some of these liquid scents. It's just more lubrication. So your bait slides through cover when you're punching mats, things like that. There's a lot of kind of ancillary benefits to any of these attractants, these external attractants, I should say, that that help, with performance of your lure and things like that. But again, the question is, does scent make a difference for catching more fish? I'd love to hear your feedback. I know some people just swear by having scent and adding scent. I mean, I remember back in the day spraying the Bang cans or the smelly jelly. I mean, that was like an instant confident boost, but did it really make a difference? Again, let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.